Well, Happy New Year 2022. As I make this video, it's January the 1st, 2022. Can you believe it? So I thought it'd be a very fitting time just to go ahead and do a quick recap of 2021 for the YouTube recap. Okay, there's a lot of stuff we don't want to think about from 2021. And I'm not really big on New Year's resolutions, but I am going to make some YouTube/social media resolutions this year, and I thought I would share my 5 YouTube social media resolutions with you and get your take on those. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So, as I said, Happy New Year's. This is, as I make this video, it's January the 1st, 2022. And if the predictions were right from my childhood, because I am 61 years old, man, that sounds really old when you say it. By now we should be flying around in cars and have Rosie the robot taking care of stuff for us in our Jetsons space house. So anyway, we do have electric cars now, and self-driving cars, which is kind of strange, but I digress. So first of all, let me apologize. My voice, my head stopped up. I've got the funk. My family's got the funk. I don't know what it is. You know, it's crazy. A few years ago, you just said, we got a little cold or something. But now, if you got a stopped up nose or a sore throat or whatever, everybody's freaking out like you got the plague. So anyway, I'm okay. Everybody's okay, but I'm just got a little funk going on in my head. My nose is stopped up. So anyway, please forgive me. That's why I sound like this. So 2021, wow, what a year. Good and bad. So what I thought I would do is just real quick YouTube recap of the good things from the channel, at least good for me. First of all, Blade Show was in Atlanta this year, as it always is, and I had a pretty good time at Blade Show. Got to see Ethan Becker, got to hang out with my friend James Yeager, and that has some other consequences I'll tell you about in a minute. But I did an interview with Ethan Becker about the Kephart knife that K-Bar came out with. It was really, really interesting interview. If you haven't seen that, I encourage you to watch it if you're interested in knives, because Ethan Becker is really an icon in the knife design industry. And then speaking of knives, I was able to, man, I've been wanting a Randall knife for quite a few years, and I was able to finally decided I'm gonna bite the bullet. I found a guy that said he could get me one in a few months instead of the 5-year waiting period they usually have. So I ordered one, didn't have to pay him a deposit or anything. He just said, I'll let you know when it comes in and you can pay me then. And I did, and he did. He did and I did, and we got that. So that's pretty cool. But then while I was there with James one night, we went to dinner one night. I think we wound up at a Waffle House because everything was booked, which is cool. But he was talking about he was going to do a joint class with Clint Smith at Thunder Ranch later in the year, and I said, man, that would be really cool. I wish I had signed up for that. I really wish I had. He said, why don't you just come with me, and you can just be kind of help out. You can be an assistant. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. Yeah, thank you very much. So I did. I followed him up there. That's another story about the Jeep following him up there trying to keep up. But as it turned out, I got to go to Thunder Ranch, and not only did Clint and Heidi Smith treat me like family, we stayed in their house. It was just so cool. They're such great people. But Clint said, you're not taking the class. I was like, no, I didn't get registered in time. He said, here, so he basically they sold me some ammo and let me take the class. So I'm so honored and so blessed to be able to do that. It was great. It was a joint class. It was Clint teaches urban rifle and James teaches fighting rifle. So they did a urban fighting pistol and an urban fighting rifle class together, and it was kind of a blend of both. Very, very good. They're both excellent instructors and teachers, and they both are very respected in the industry. Starting to range, I got to hurry up here. Also, I got to go on an elk hunt this year, which was pretty cool. So didn't get an elk, but I got to go to the hunt. So anyway, that was the good stuff. The not so good stuff was SHOT Show was canceled in 2021. Didn't get to go to SHOT Show. And NRA Show was canceled. Didn't get to do that. The USCCA show was actually on my wife's birthday, so I didn't get to do that. So those are 3 things I really wanted to do this year I didn't get to do. But so, Thunder Ranch more than made up for it, I assure you. And one more thing that's not so good in 2021 was early this year, or last year now, I guess, I got a new sponsor called the Dude Bag, and it turned out to be a dud bag. It was a subscription service that I had high hopes for. They talked a really good game. I think their intentions were good. I don't think they were crooks or anything, but as it turned out, I think they bit off more than they could chew and just didn't have their ducks in a row. And I got a lot of complaints from people saying they weren't getting their stuff or it wasn't what it's supposed to be and this and that. So I pretty much canned that one. So I apologize to everybody for that, and I'm gonna try to do a better job of making sure that doesn't happen in the future. So there's that, and it really is starting to rain, so I'm gonna have to hurry. So video highlights of the year. I thought I'd do that real quick. We'll cut it to the chase. I'll talk about my favorite knife review I did this year was this one. This is the Randall Model 1, just because it's a Randall. It was my favorite. It was fun. And then my favorite gun review, I did a few gun reviews, and I like them all, but this, the Ruger 5.7, was a pretty fun one, just because it's a cool pistol. Expensive ammo, different, but it's pretty cool. So anyway, so there's that. My favorite video altogether this year, of all the video, maybe one of my favorites I've ever, certainly one of the top 5 I've ever made. And I didn't really do anything but ask a couple questions and shut up, was the Clint Smith interview. It was an hour-long interview, and like I said, Clint did most of the talking, and it is an hour of solid gold. If you haven't seen that, I encourage you, because Clint is the bomb. So anyway, there's that. So let's talk about my resolutions before I get rained out. Man, this sucks. Okay, so first, my number one YouTube and social media resolution is to stop arguing with bozos. There's always people that want to argue, and you know what? You can't. I think you shouldn't cast your pearls before swine. Is a pretty good saying. Somebody that I really respect said that a while back, and but it's so tempting to do that, right? To just join in the fray. And so I heard Elon Musk, who's arguably way smarter than me. He said it was on a Joe Rogan podcast a couple years ago. He said he has to fight that too. He gets drunk, lets himself get sucked in. So one of the things I'm going to do to try to stop that is I get on these Facebook groups that are related to knives and guns and outdoor gear and stuff, because it's interesting and I like to learn things, and sometimes you can learn things, but you ever get on one of those groups and it's like obvious, pretty soon you just realize like there's way more people that are just wanting to cut people down and insult and fight than they are to actually discuss. So I'm about to clean all that mess up in my social media. I'm done. I don't have time for that crap. Number 2, really related to that, and I don't think this will affect you, but it might affect somebody watching the channel, is I'm no longer going to engage with insulting people. In the past, I have argued with people and tried to, retort, and I've kind of done the old Donald Trump thing, which I think that's one of his flaws, is that he just can't leave anybody alone when they insult him. He's always got to respond back, and I had that tendency too. We all do, I think. I'm stopping it. There's a button I can push on my end of the YouTube that says hide this user from a channel. So somebody wants to come on and just call names and be insulting and throw rocks, I'm going to hide them from the channel. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not willing to engage in a disagreement with somebody that disagrees, or a discussion with somebody that disagrees. So it's not like if you disagree, I'm going to kill you from the channel. That's not the point. But if your method of disagreement is just to call somebody stupid and be insulting, whether me or somebody else, then ain't nobody got time for that. So those people are going to be gone, and that way you or I, neither one, have to listen or read their negativity, because there's a lot of negative people in the world. That's one thing I've learned having a YouTube channel. Is like, man, there's so many people who seem to gain their own self-worth by putting others down. So there's that. Number 3, so that's all the kind of the psychological or resolution. Number 3, I want to make more skill videos. I get really caught up in doing these reviews because people watch them and they're easier to do sometimes, and I think they're helpful. That's one of the things I wanted to do when I started the channel, was do reviews, because I would try to. You buy stuff on the internet now, right? You don't get to put it in your hands and look at it. So you kind of depend on people to get on the internet and search and to find people that can show you what you want to see. And what I found when I started looking for that, when I started the channel, one of the things I found was that almost everything I could find was just a sales pitch, or didn't have enough details to really show, to help me make a decision on whether or not it was going to meet my needs or not, that particular item. So what I try to do when I review something is be as thorough as I can and let the product performance speak for itself, because admittedly I'm biased about stuff. We all are, right? And so I've been accused of only doing positive reviews, and yep, that's true, because if I don't think I'm going to like something, I ain't wasting my time reviewing it, unless it's a potential danger or something that people are selling that might be a dangerous item. Then I might do that, and I've done that a few times. Recently, I did my only YouTube short so far was about a clip draw holster, which I think is extremely dangerous. So anyway, there's that. That's number 3. Number 4 is I'm going to try to be more active and learn how to use the Facebook and Instagram and maybe even TikTok platforms to try to reach a different segment of people maybe that don't watch YouTube or don't watch one or the other. I know Dave Canterbury and some other people have been extremely, Jessica that I did an interview with at Thunder Ranch, she's rocking it on TikTok. And so she's introducing firearms and firearms training and safety and outdoors and stuff to a whole different audience. And I think that's important that we can reach the different audience and maybe get more people into these hobbies. And I think it's really important that we have more people who are safe, responsible gun owners in this country. I think that's extremely important. The more the better, but safely and responsibly. I think it's great to have more people get engaged in the outdoor skills and stuff like that, because even if you don't need the outdoor skills, the learning process and the struggle you go through to learn those new skills is beneficial in all areas of your life. So anyway, that's number 4. Finally, I'm about to wrap this up. Number 5 is I want to get ahead of schedule so that I can make better quality videos. So I'm not like sitting down like today. This is New Year's Day and I'm making the New Year's Day video because the one I tried to make before screwed up. But I'm so far behind with my life. I've got so much going on that I've just gotten way behind on my own videos. And so I think sometimes, every now and then, that probably more often than not, that impacts the potential quality of my videos, and I don't want to be phoning it in. I always want to do the best job I can. So, and so I think I've slipped on that in the last few months, and I apologize to you for that. I've got a good person to edit videos, which takes a lot of time, a lot of load off of me, but I have to get them done in time to get them to her so she can get them back. She's very, very reasonable priced, and she does a great job, but she's got to have them in her hands, with a little bit of advance notice. So I'm going to work on that. So that's my 5 resolutions. And because you know me, if I say there's a top 5, there's always going to be a bonus. My bonus is, because I really did like 2 of my favorite videos this year were the Clint Smith interview and the Ethan Becker interview. I'm going to try to figure out a way to do some more interviews and invite some more, actual true experts in their field onto the channel to share some knowledge with you and with me. I don't think Joe Rogan's got to worry about me knocking him out of his slot, but I do think that's a good format, and it's it's not going to be every time. I'm not going to turn this to an interview channel, but I do think it's a good format, and it's a good break from the normal in a way to really get some knowledge that I don't have and able to share it with you. So there's that. That's my 5 + 1 bonus YouTube and social media resolutions for 2022. If you've got some resolutions, I'd love to hear it. Let me know in the comment section below. And let me know if there's something you'd like to see on the channel in 2022. I'll do my best to try to make it happen. Again, I'm going to SHOT Show in about 3 weeks. If there's something you'd like me to check out at SHOT Show for you, let me know. I'll try to make that happen. But other than that, excuse me, I just want to wish you a very, very happy New Year. Thank you so much for your support for the channel. This is 2021. This will be in 2022 now. In October, it'll be 9 years on the channel here. That's amazing to me, and so I really appreciate your support. So I hope you have a great rest of the New Year's Day. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.